Hey, what's up? In today's video, I'm going to be going over an episode of Batman Beyond. If you remember, Batman Beyond was the first Batman series I covered on this channel, and after doing so many episodes over the animated series, I figured I'd go back to where it all started and talk about an episode full of ghosts and callbacks.
None of my living boyfriends ever left me a note like that.
This episode is one big horror homage with all the fixings, from the Silence of the Lambs prison interrogation all the way to a shower scene similar to the one from It.
Here I am.
I don't want to waste any more time, so let's get right into it. This episode starts off in the school with a set of trophies mysteriously stuck to the ceiling.
Well, someone finally found a way to get to Coach Fitz.
This episode is really good at showing the high school part of Batman Beyond, which is kind of important when your selling point is a teenage Batman.
This wouldn't have been as much fun without you.
The theory going around the halls is that all the recent activity has been coming from the ghost of Garrison Jacobs, who died when the East Wing was built. Now, Garrison over here was a hottie with a body that had the perfect life.
Top athlete in 3 sports, lead guitarist in a band.
Not to mention drop dead gorgeous. He can haunt my castle anytime. Yeah.
We cut to later in the night with the girls in the gym playing with the Ouija board.
A seance works better in the dark.
How do you know that?
Okay, I don't know, but it's creepier that way.
Yeah, I know you're lying, but you sound excited.
While this episode doesn't show death, they talk about dead teenagers, which is a nice edge to see in the show. But this is also the show that had people dying in the first episode, so it's not like death is new to the series. Nelson barges in on the spirit session, and after getting blue balled to Pluto and back, he takes out his anger on Ghostwood.
What do you need to contact a dead guy for? Wouldn't you rather have a live one? Like me?
The board has spoken. Creep.
Hey, what's up? Editor Pimp Turkey here, and while I was editing this scene, I thought, man, Nelson really sounds like Seth Green. Well, I looked it up, and Nelson is voiced by Seth Green, so shout out to Seth Green. I love doing the Scooby-Doo movie, and I guarantee you that Seth Green has been in something you have seen. This man is literally everywhere. This is when shit hits the fan, and we see the Miller High Life fire extinguishers spraying everywhere and lights exploding. It's a good thing that Terry's doing donuts in the neighborhood, because he sees the lights flickering on and off like the hash-slinging slasher and goes in to investigate.
Terry, enough. You should be down at the piers looking for smugglers, not staking out your high school waiting for petty vandals.
Blade thinks that this is the ghost of Garrison and gets all hot and bothered, but the moment is short-lived.
Come to us, Garrison. We're here for you.
Maybe you are, but I'm not.
Also, yes, her name is Blade. No, I don't know why. The principal has a super Japanese name, but looks like default principal number 5.
This is Principal Nakamura speaking.
No, you ain't!
It's a very confusing school that Terry goes to. Terry saves the girls and Nelson before facing off with the ghost one-on-one.
Okay, Casper.
Welcome to Casper.
Smoke.
This is where dreams begin.
Smoke.
Casper.
Are you smoking yet?
This action scene is really good at building stakes, with the carpet getting pulled up from underneath them and shards of wood getting launched at the pair. The ghost's closing move is the classic walls closing in to crush somebody, but Batman just rolls up that Nelson pack and hops out the window.
Fuck you!
We cut to later in the night with Terry talking to Bruce in the Batcave.
The guys have even started to dress like him, and some of the girls are wearing black as a sign of mourning.
You're not everybody else. These people believe anything they can't explain is magic.
This scene is great because Bruce talks about how he's gone up against demons and immortal zombies, so he has experience with these kind of things, and to him it all just feels too juvenile to be real.
Demons, witch boys, immortals, zombies. But this thing, I don't know, it just feels so high school.
He's having a seizure!
Quick, put a wallet in his mouth!
We then get a fat kick to the nuggets when we see Terry eating dinner with his family and Matt talking about the Ouija board.
Maybe we could hold a seance here, at home,
What for, Squirt?
to bring Dad's ghost back.
Matt.
This episode is about midway through season 2, so Matt's starting to forget things about his father isn't so close to the death where it doesn't make sense, and it's not so late in the series where we as the audience stop caring.
But I need to see him again. I need to. I'm forgetting what he was like.
We then get the classic horror movie shower scene, and it kinda caught me off guard to see something like this in a kid's show. Well, I guess it's more like young adult, but you're really splitting hairs at that point. I also don't know if this was for sure inspired by it, but it's very reminiscent with how the shower heads turn and make a wall of water. But then again, I feel like I've seen this same thing 15 different times. It is just the oldest example I know of.
Creepy gross tongues equals homosexuality, naturally.
We even get a cherry on top with the creepy message written in steam on the mirror.
I still love you.
We cut to the next day with Terry and Dana, where Dana's telling Terry about what happened, and I'm just gonna let this scene play out.
An invisible boy in the girls' showers. Why didn't I think of that?
What?
Never mind.
Also, these hallway ATM computer stations are odd. Like, you figured they'd have a computer lab, or smartphones, or literally anything besides convenient computer stations. Terry and Dana are trying to figure out who the message was for, and Terry puts it all together and figures out that it's been Willy Watt.
Billy something, right?
Willy what?
Willy was in a previous episode called Golem, which is Batman Beyond's take on the Jewish story of Rabbi Lowell and the... Rabbi Lowell. Willy was in a previous episode called Golem, which is Batman Beyond's take on the Jewish story of the Rabbi Lowell and the clay golem he made to protect the Jewish people in Prague. Or it's like that one segment from The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror. While you don't need to watch Golem to understand what happens in this episode, it gives a lot of background on the character of Willy Watt. Willy is your typical nerd that offers the pretty girl study lessons, but then gets beat up by the jock boyfriend.
Think I'm gonna let some twip take my girl? Relax, you're saved. For now.
He also has the wombo combo of a shit-heel father.
When I get my hands on the jerk who stole that golem, I'm gonna make him sorry he was ever born.
Maybe he already is.
Also, Blade is like a total bitch in that episode. Like, she only asks Willy to the dance to piss off her boyfriend and basically causes the whole ending fight, but gets away with no consequences.
Big brave Nelson. I might as well go to the dance with a twip like Willy Watt. Ugh, Willy!
But it's after said ending fight where Willy is given some sort of powers, and at the end of the episode we see him in juvenile hall. We come back with Terry giving Willy a visit in juvie.
Welcome to Juvenile Hall.
I've been here before.
This is also when we get the classic guard taking visitor to a prisoner while also talking about how nobody comes to visit said prisoner.
Nobody calls, nobody writes, it's creepy. But then again, so is Willy. Everyone here is a little afraid of him.
Afraid? Of skinny Willy Watt?
Yeah.
Since Terry's the kind of guy that would get a heads up before it all went down, Willy is pretty happy to see him.
Terry!
I've always thought you were neat, Chad. A neat guy.
While Terry and Willy are talking, Willy slips up and talks about the gym needing repaired.
In time for the junior prom.
If they'll have the gym repaired in time.
How'd you know about that?
After Terry throws a glass of water at Willy, we get confirmation that Willy indeed does have powers and is behind the recent events.
A gift from my friend the Golem.
Terry asks why not just break out if he has the powers, and Willy talks about how he's gonna be out in 2 months anyway, and he also knows where Terry lives.
In 2 months, I'll be gone from here. I'll have all this power and a normal life, if you don't trip on me.
I know how to keep a secret.
The scene has really good writing in the sense that it's not some grandiose speech given by a mustache-twirling villain. It's someone who's about to go do something they won't be able to come back from, and someone else trying to get that person to step off of that ledge.
Willy, stop it now or they'll never let you out.
You should have stayed out of it, Terry. It would have been better.
For everybody.
Bruce gives Terry some super roofies and we get some nice banter.
Oh, he'll show. He's drawn to the school. It's an obsession.
Your area of expertise.
We then get a scene with Barbara where she's telling the principal to let the school out early because of the threat, and I mean, do I need to make it any more obvious? Also, Barbara is a stone cold bitch.
I'm going to have the school board looking over my shoulder for the rest of my career.
This is a court order. If you don't close the school, you'll have me looking over your shoulder in the county jail.
All the students are going home, and we follow Nelson as he heads out in his drop top. This is until Willy appears on the hood of his car and makes the car run right into the school. The car doesn't hit anyone, but it still builds up the stakes and we see the real danger that Willy poses. Willy then gets his sweet, sweet revenge he's been waiting for, but also gets his ass beat at the same time, and it's kind of surprising at what they showed. There were no pows or whaps, just rights and lefts.
Somebody stop me!
After Nelson gets sent to the Shadow Realm, Willy makes his move on Blade.
Please what? You were interested in me when you thought I was a ghost.
Terry almost gets the super roofies in, but Willy is just a little bit quicker and we start the final fight of the episode. Most of the time, due to the nature of the character, we mainly see Batman out at night, but this fight's taking place late noon, early evening, and it's really cool to see the oranges and yellows of the background against Terry's sleek black suit. We get the all is lost moment when Willy has Terry cornered and is about to drop a big ass something or another on him.
You know what I learned in juvie, Batman? You don't kick a man when he's down. You crush him.
After closing the gap, Terry goes for a rear naked choke, but Willy spazzes out and ends up getting knocked out by a tree that got caught up in his own whirlwind.
Willy, look out!
We see Willy in his new cell, which is quite a downgrade, and end the episode with Terry and Matt looking at old photos of their father.
See? You do remember him. And he'll never be gone as long as you keep him alive. In here. And in here.
This episode, and by extension the character of Willy Watts, is what makes Batman Beyond so special. While it should be clear with some of the videos on my channel that Batman the Animated Series does get dark, what makes Batman Beyond different is the shade of darkness. If I were to try and use my words better, the animated series is like large-scale corruption, while Batman Beyond is like tragic character silhouettes. Also, since the series follows a teenage Batman, a lot of the problems are things that people face when going through that phase in life. Just look at the arc between Terry and 10.
Two of a kind. That's what we are. I'm Melanie. Melanie Walker.
Terry McGinnis.
I just died in your arms tonight.
I'm not sure what the next video I'm going to work on is. I like to bounce between Batman videos and other videos, but I have a lot of Batman content I'm wanting to cover. I was thinking about doing a month-long special only going over Batman stuff, so let me know if that's something you'd want to see down in the comments below. There are also some horror movies I've been wanting to cover, but videos going over movies take longer to make. I've also thought about doing a follow-up on my Hellboy video going over the other animated movie, Sword of Storms. Whatever my next video may be, you can always catch me every 2 weeks on the Henny for Your Thoughts podcast I host with R&E King.
Mike pulled his pants up. He said, yeah, and started speed backing this nigga shit off the brick wall. I was like, he's gotta kill him. The only reason why they stopped was because the person who lived there heard this nigga's head getting bumped off the wall. He was like, hey, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Nigga, you just fucked up my whole flat screen TV. Get your ass. You done punched my flat screen off the.
Bro, I thought it was a fucking magnitude 6 earthquake happening. It's just little boy getting his shit beat in.
If you want to show your support and get behind the scenes updates, you should follow me on Patreon at PimpTurkey69. Hey, what's up? Editor Pimp Turkey here again, and I just wanted to say sorry for this video being out so late. Year 9 of Siege just dropped, and that shit's been going crazy. I've also had like this infection, so I've been in and out of the hospital and shit. But more importantly than either of those things, I've also been working a lot with Arnie, making videos for them, and you can go ahead and check them out. I'll put a card up in the corner to their channel. But yeah, anyway, hopefully the next video will be out in a more timely fashion. Until next time, later.